Gen Zs. You know what is funny about Gen Zs? They are always scared of being broke. And that is why I have come to discuss misconceptions about these Gen Zs. Stay tuned, I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. It's another exciting episode of Insight. My name is Olasumbo Akiola, and I have here with me one of the Gen Zs, a beautiful one, and that is on period. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Boluwatife Oluwodu, and like she rightly said, I'm a Gen Z.
You
Period.
can see she's already giving the Gen Z vibe. Come on. Can you just give them one of your Gen Z slang? Like, tell us what
Opa,
people
don't
say. Don't
play.
play. Okay, welcome back on today's episode of Insight. And then, people would always say Gen Z's name never leave people's lips. They would always, if they don't say anything related to this Gen Z or they don't have a discussion related to Gen Z's, I think they will not rest. Oh. It's like you people already created a pressure in the
Like
society.
celebrities, what
Yeah.
do you think?
Shit. A round of applause for my guest, like for my beautiful guest. So when we talk about the Gen Zs, what are these Gen Z? And according to different sources on the internet, there are diverse sources on the internet that says Gen Zs are people born between 1995 to 2010. Some says from 1996 to 2009. But then there are different resources from different source. I mean, different sources from different resources. Anyhow you want to say it, let me also speak like a Gen Z. Like, can I borrow
You
your
can
vibes
never be
today?
like, no, no, no,
Why?
no, no, no. We don't do like you do.
Okay. So on today's episode of Insight, we want to talk about the misconceptions about these Gen Zs because you just there are times you will just like I would open Twitter and they'll be like, oh Gen Z, I can't recruit a Gen Z. Yes, some people, some CEOs, some managers give some reports or let me say some remarks or things regarding Gen Z. I'll be like, this Gen Z want to fail me. Kilo day, what is happening?
Well, I really do think the reasons why people might not want to employ Gen Zs like us is because they feel like, okay, we are too exposed. And another thing, maybe we want quick money. We don't want to really work hard for the money. We want small work, big money. You
Iṣẹ́
get what
kékeré gbogbo World Bank.
you get?
You
So
said gbogbo World Bank. You can imagine. She said iṣẹ́ kékeré gbogbo World
you
Bank.
understand?
Exactly. I
So
get what you're trying to say. I get your point because I believe Gen Zs are this set of people that they would always think between the box and as well think outside the
box.
box. And then you can't imagine someone thinking between the box and then thinking outside the box to sit in a place.
Like
They would
being
always
enclosed in a
exactly
space
because they
now.
would always want to exhaust all options. There was this thread I read on Twitter sometimes ago, and the lady was saying, okay, she recruited a Gen Z as an intern. Gen Z carried her camera to do some side gigs, and she had to keep calling. She almost had an hypertension because of the another would say, these Gen Zs, they can just mail you in the morning or even send you a message and tell you, oh, I can't make it to the office today because and looking closely into these things, like these things can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
But then it depends on how people can relate or how people think or the needful people think they can do. Even as a Gen Z or as a millennial, there are some things, okay, as a millennial now, there are some things I feel it is not necessary. But the fact that, okay, they get to know that someone is a Gen Z and say, oh, this is how they think, that's Gen Z's for you. So it depends on personality you get.
Yeah.
And something I so much admire about this Gen Z is their knowledge, talking about how they are able to like learn regarding this digital world, how they are able to
You mean
make
we
good
are vast?
yes. Yes, that's something. So one common misconceptions about Gen Z is that they are focused on technology and social media, neglecting the real world connection. Is that true?
Well, I don't think that is true
Hmm.
because, for one, we have technology. If you think about it, why do we have smartphones to connect to people that we cannot even reach? Am I
Hmm.
right? Anyway,
So,
aside from that, I'm sorry
mhm,
to cut you short, but aside from that, we use social media a lot because now we know tech is like it's like taking over the world.
yes,
And we have social media, we have spaces, we have people that are developers, engineers, data analysts, all of that. You cannot get jobs for people like if you're working abroad, you cannot get jobs in Nigeria if you don't have a smartphone, if you're not technologically oriented. So yeah, we need phones for all of that. We have to stay in vogue. We have to know what is going on. I don't know how you expect us to do that. I don't know
hmm.
how Gen X did theirs, but Gen Z we are definitely different.
And guess who
And
just enlightened that? It is the Gen Z in this room. And when we're even talking about this so called real world connection, because I believe you can connect with people anywhere, all over the world digitally.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be okay, the real world connection, meeting someone physically and exchanging numbers physically,
yeah,
exchanging mails physically. On LinkedIn, you can meet people
you can
on
get
TikTok,
jobs.
you can meet people on Instagram, you can meet people on
Yeah,
Snapchat, you can meet people, you can get better opportunities from them. But talking about the millennials and the previous sets before the millennials, they are already used to these physical meetings, they are used to these physical interactions.
yeah,
But then you see the fact that the range of people using these social media platforms, they are mostly Gen Zs. Like people, we have people using it, but people using it for their best,
frequently.
like for their best, because you can't open TikTok and then you open a page and you put, and by the time you make your research, you get to know that, oh, this lady is a Gen Z. You get to hear their head because they always have their way around it. You get,
Yeah,
the way they are able to learn on, okay, how does this platform works. And Snapchat, because as I am, she has an active Snapchat account, but
Snapchatters in the
I exactly the only
building.
thing I use my Snapchat for is let me take
Pictures, even
now.
with filter.
But this beautiful Gen Z with me, she does not take pictures with filter. She tell you I don't use filter, like I don't use. But then if you see our stories on TikTok, Snapchat, even TikTok, there are times she would even edit a video on TikTok. I'll be like, "You this girl, come and teach me how to do these things."
Gen
But these are the
Z's.
little misconceptions
Yeah.
about the Gen Zs. Another misconception is that they are all the same. People
Okay.
have this belief that Gen Zs are the same, like they are they are all the same, but like any other generation, they are diverse in their interests, belief, and goals.
Well,
So what can you say?
just like
Are you
our
guys the same?
parents that gave birth to us, we are not the same. Obviously, we are not the same. We came from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm,
Obviously, we were brought up in different ways. You cannot compare me now to
mm-hmm,
Temi or Tedola. We are not the same. The way she would handle her life, the way she would handle her business will be different from how I will handle mine.
mm-hmm.
Do you understand my point? So we're not brought up the same way. We don't have the same thinking. We don't think the same
Exactly.
way.
But
We
there is
don't
this
have the same
misconception
culture.
that okay, this Gen Z, oh, they are all the same. In náà ni gbogbo wọn.
Nah,
You
nah,
hear
we're not the
someone say,
same.
ah, Gen Z, Gen Z, like I don't know what you pop for these people's food though. They are always like
Nah.
mentioning your names everywhere, here and there. And talking about Nigeria, we believe here in Nigeria, there are various, like loads of misconceptions about this Gen Z. And some may assume that they are disinterested in traditional Nigerian values. Are you disinterested in traditional Nigerian values?
Well,
And what can you say on behalf of the Nigerian Gen Zs?
Nigeria is budget. That's the first.
No, we are talking about the
I'm so
traditional
sorry. I'm so
values.
sorry.
The
No,
traditional
obviously, if
values.
Nigeria has not devalued itself, our values will still be valued.
Hmm,
Do you understand?
hmm.
So I just feel like the tradition of oh come, Ekarama, good morning, kneel down, and all of that is still okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gen Zs don't want to do that again. They want to do like the typical Englishman, like, oh, Chris, how are you? They want to call their father by their names, but
Hello, Kumbi's mom. Hello, you don't want to say
you get
mommy,
the point.
mommy.
Mommy,
Oh,
exactly. They
okay,
don't
I
want to do
get.
that. But then at the same time, we cannot overlook the value that our traditions and our cultures
Hmm.
that our Nigerian values have given us.
Speak
Obviously,
on
we don't
Gen
want to
Z.
do that.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And additionally, there might be misconceptions about their work. What can you say? The way people, let's say, there is a Gen Z who is an artisan, and they believe, oh, she's a Gen Z. Ah, she cannot be serious with her work. That's the common conceptions about Gen Z. So she cannot be serious with her work. The way they handle their works is something I don't really like. Like, ọmọdé ni wọ́n lè mọṣẹ́ ṣe. What can you say about that?
Well, it's not by age. That's what I would say.
Mm.
There are some things that Gen Zs will do that even people that are older than us, let's just say maybe 30, 32, will not be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get is all about how you train your mind, how you talk, how you like things you things you basically train yourself to do.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents don't have to be there to guide you through every blessed thing. There are some things that you have to do by yourself. Oh, it's just like, okay, you were brought up by a Christian family, then you started growing up, and there's a point in your life that you will grow up and you'll be like, oh no, I want to know God by myself. I don't want to live on the basis
Oh,
of,
that is
okay,
right.
yeah. So there are some things you have to teach yourself, regardless of, oh, mo mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi, mo mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀. We have to be hardworking regardless. Either I want to do a 9 to 5 job or you don't want to do a 9 to 5 job or whatsoever. It is left to you. It is about you really, not about what other people are
Wow,
saying.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I hope with the few misconceptions I just mentioned, I hope Boluwatife has been able to shed light on this misconception. So as a Gen Z, what can you quickly tell our viewers? Like just enlighten them about your mates, like the Gen Z. So these are the things you need to know. These are the things I feel the best way you can approach a Gen Z. This is how you can interact with them and just tell them.
Well, my own advice as a Gen Z is you cannot be harsh towards Gen Z.
Hmm.
You cannot just force
Why?
respect. You can't
Oh,
force opinions
mhm.
on them.
Them. Because they
You
would always do what is on their mind, you
exactly.
get
If forget even what's on their mind, like there are ways to approach people.
better ways.
Yeah,
Okay.
all this. Let me use African parents as an example. African parents try to impose their decisions on you,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't impose your decisions on Gen Z. You can just state your own opinion. It is now up to them. It's left to them to actually stick to your opinion or detach away from it. So whenever it is you want to approach a Gen Z, please approach with caution. Gen Zs are rude.
Mm. She just gave you guys something very
Gen
important. You
Zs
guys
are
hold
rude.
it tight. Hold it tight. Wow.
Gen Zs
Wow.
are rude,
We're
but
not
at the
rude.
same time, we're the sweetest.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
She said they
And we
can
are
be
the
rude.
coolest, we are the richest, either you
Okay,
like it or not.
she just said they can be rude, but they are the sweetest, they are the richest, they are the coolest, richest. Mhm. Let's see, we'll see the results probably in the next 5 decades or four
We don't do
decades.
nine to
We
five.
don't do nine to
We
five.
have a lot of, you will see one person with 10 different skills.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you so much for joining this show. It's so great
It was so
having
nice to
you.
be here.
Thank you so much, Boluwatife.
Thank
And we've
you.
come to the end of today's episode of Insight. If this show has been of benefit to you, or you've learned one or two things, kindly do well to drop a comment in the comment section, share and like for others to enjoy. Until I come your way again, I remain Olasunbo Akiela. Boluwatife, let's tell them bye.
Bye.